Where's the... Oh, I had to turn on.
I
had to turn on here.
Oh. Good morning, Ben.
I don't hear anything in my ears. Now I do.
You want them louder?
No, that's perfect.
All right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, Ben. Kind of nice, though. You guys, my feelings are a little bit hurt that I'm still not getting the notifications from FB that the show's going live.
I only get them occasionally.
Really? So you're not getting them either?
I think
right
there's
now?
a lot of people having the same issue. I think it's probably by design.
Yeah. Well, I was up until last week.
Some people get them, some people don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the plan, is to
Hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah. Boy, Megan's son had some infected teeth and they had to be pulled out weeks ago. 10-year-old kid, went through a lot. Now he's got to go back and get more teeth pulled out.
Aww.
Like down in the gum. It's like,
poor
eek.
bud. Aw.
Eek.
And there's nothing worse than when your mouth hurts, when your mouth is sore. Because there's just nothing you can do.
So that's what you get to do, I guess, as a mom. Take care of the kids.
That's right.
But she's a great mom.
Yes, she is.
I mean, like an amazing mom.
Yeah. It's easy to be a amazing mom of boys.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying.
That is crazy. You got lots of boys in your house.
Yeah.
Oh, $1 million mouth. Eee. Lots going on. Hey guys, thanks for jumping in with us a little bit later. Like, subscribe, share the show, let people know. First day we got this going on. Lots going on. Lots of stories. Lots of stories.
Yes.
Appreciate everybody jumping in. It is Thursday, August 8th. I was told by some people that this is a great manifestation day for people.
Oh.
888. I know. I was like, a very positive day to think positivity, whether it's through prayer, whether it's through yourself, but lots of positivity when it's 888, somehow 24 equals 8.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
that's how I started my morning off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, what
I know,
What
trying
did
to-
you do? Did you do a little meditation?
Well, I pray a lot
Mhm.
and meditation on top of it.
Mhm.
Here's the thing. It's funny, Megan, I was talking about it again last night. Thoughts dictate actions, and actions dictate success. And you have to be
Yes, they
positive.
do. Yes.
There was a time in my life where I wasn't. I was just
Mhm.
like beat down. And then I got positive.
Yeah.
And I believe in that.
Yeah. We
And trying to go out.
definitely have all had.
But 888 today.
Yeah. We all have times when we weren't our number one self.
$888. It's from the numerology standpoint. The number 8 is seen as a symbol of luck, wealth, and good energy. I've heard that before. It's the continuation.
I like
When
it.
it's turned sideways, it represents infinity,
Mm-hmm.
symboling endless power and energy. The double
Ooh.
8s of 88 make today a particularly powerful day for manifesting and creating change in your life.
I like that.
Positivity. And I had read that and saw that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I brought it up.
Well,
And then thank you, Megan, for sending it as well.
well, then it's about to be a good day. Good day.
Yeah, no, that's
Yep.
why I gave her credit, because she helped me pull me out of
Oh,
despair.
to add to your wonderful news about today being 888,
Uh-huh.
it's Happy International Cat Day. Yes. Donna, thank you so much. Donna, do you have
Mhm.
cats?
888, 8 minus 8 minus 20. Abe was giving us math
Ooh,
equals
Abe.
8. All I know is
I gotta
8 is a
put my
really good
thinking
number for
cap on
this.
for that.
I don't know. 8 times 3 is 24.
Mhm.
That's how we get, 2024.
Yeah.
Oh, 8.
8 to the
But-
third.
Oh, yeah, that's
Is
what it is.
what?
Yeah.
Okay.
64 times 8. Okay, I'm not doing that. Never mind.
That's funny. Mm. Let's see here. And 42 is the universal number? I don't get that. What is that about, being the universal number?
I don't know. Ooh, Terry. Okay. Did you see what Terry put? So the 2024, the 2 plus the 0 plus the 2 plus the 4 is the 8. Therefore, it's 888.
Could you repeat that again?
So the 2024. So when you just take the 2 and you add the 0, you still have 2, and then you add 2 more, which is 4, and then the 4 for 2024, and that's 8. So that's how you get the
All righty.
yeah.
I gotcha.
This is
Mhm.
good. You guys are making me think this morning.
Uh-huh.
Well, what a day to switch the schedule up then.
Yeah. Yeah. See? It's all good.
Joe, can we start with that JD Vance video?
Yeah. Right
Just
now?
giving you a heads. No, I mean when we do
Okay,
it.
Yeah.
Just trying to give you a heads up.
The tarmac one, right?
Yes.
Abe says it sounds like Bidenomics math.
Yeah. This is the show before the show. Hey, by the way, Joe, the intros that I was talking to you about with our new system, that's for the podcast where they do the audio in and the audio out for the because we don't have this on the podcast. The audio podcast.
Oh,
They do
okay.
that for the audio podcast.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if there's nothing I have to do,
Nope.
I'm happy.
All good. All right, buddy. Let's get it going. guys, welcome to Cancel This, cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust, Megan Marie Rhett, Projo in the house as well. We're ready to get things going on this 888 day. We are learning about the manifestation, the good vibes, the good things that can happen on this day when you start to think about everything that is possible. You know, a lot of things happen through our mind, negative and positive, right?
Absolutely.
Right? We are in control of our mind. And of course, we're grateful that you are here today and we're in control of the show. You guys as well. It is Cancel This. News, headlines, politics, cancel culture, education, interviews from across the country, and everything with the 2024 election year as things have gotten just downright nuts, crazy, bizarre. Hollywood can't write scripts for the things that are going on, but here we are getting things going. We are ready to rock and roll today. Right out of the gate, we've got JD Vance. I mean, absolutely destroying Kamala Harris on the tarmac. I'm sorry. It's just good stuff. Biden's not sure where he is. We've had a sighting, but this isn't the proof of life sighting that we're used to seeing. He's so confused. He doesn't know about transfer of power, or Trump wins or doesn't win. Oh my God. We've got one of the best parodies with Barack Obama and Kamala that you would ever want to see. You cannot miss this. Kamala gets frazzled as she is speaking in Detroit, and some anti-Israel, pro-Palestinian people show up. And of course, then we got to see her get a little angry. She also had a new accent. And we're rocking and rolling, getting things done. You know, we move fast in an hour. We appreciate you guys jumping in on the People's Platform as well. On Rumble, on X, we are grateful that you're there. On YouTube. And of course, we get into Rumble, X, Facebook, and just jump in, do whatever you can. Glenn says, manifestation destination, 888. See, you're learning a little bit of things today. Joe says, yeah, I'll be shocked if Trump wins. Okay, people are entitled to that. We'll see where everything goes. Megan, you doing well today?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I really am. I'm having a great day.
Well, I was doing better after I saw JD Vance yesterday on a tarmac.
Yes.
Absolutely destroy Kamala because she's nowhere to be found when it comes to actually doing pressers. She's not being asked any tough questions. Yet she is going to be the nominee, and we don't know who she is these days, what she's doing. She did have a meet and greet yesterday. A lot of people showed up. Looked like some thousands of people showed up. So congratulations for some Democrats getting out. But check out JD Vance yesterday, just flat out walking up to reporters and talking about that plane behind him, and then going ahead and putting some whipping on Kamala.
Looks like the mob.
Yeah, walking up.
Vice President doesn't answer questions from reporters and hasn't for 17 days. Have they given you guys an explanation for why she won't take questions from reporters? No? Nobody? Okay, great. Well, I hope that she changes her mind because it'd be good for the American people, and I think it'd be good for you all if she actually ran a real campaign instead of one from a basement with a teleprompter. So have a good one, guys. See you.
Oh, JD Vance. Now, it was difficult to hear because he was on a tarmac, and tarmacs are one of the worst places to do interviews. Been there, done it. It's difficult. It's hard to hear. You can't pick things up. Number one, she hasn't taken questions from reporters for 17 days. And two, she's doing the Biden. It's the same thing over again.
Yeah. So not only is he following her campaign trail, like right every town she leaves, he's coming in right after her. He's also there to scoop up the reporters, these poor reporters that are just looking to get some kind of word from Kamala Harris, and they can't. So he's like, hey, I'll talk to you. I'll be here. I'm looking for answers too. And she has absolutely nothing to say. So, I mean, I think what he's doing is great. You know, he's there every opportunity that he can be. He's there and he's ready to talk.
Well, he is.
You know?
And I look at the line, and the thing that I think is interesting about this whole situation also is the fact that you've got, Tim Waltz, Tampon Timmy. Not only there's a chance that he could be charged with a crime for lying about his service, a federal
Yes,
crime.
Indeed.
And now Laura Loomer is reporting he is also lying about being a straight man, that it's all going to come out, that if you talk to the gay bar owners in Minnesota, they know all about Timmy Tampon
Yes.
and who he is behind the scenes.
Mhm.
Now, that's Laura Loomer. I love her. A lot of what she says does come true. We'll see where all of that goes. But it is interesting that this guy, if you're running for president or vice president, you're an open book, right?
You should be.
And, and if you're a gay man,
Mhm.
you should be proud of that.
Mhm.
And you should be, just like anybody else, be who you are.
Yeah.
But just don't lie about who you are.
Mhm.
So that came out today. Interesting news about Tampon Timmy, who came out of the gate yelling and screaming it like he's a Billy Badass at Donald Trump and calling JD Vance weird. And
Mhm.
then he may have some skeletons in his closet. I don't know.
Yep.
We will see. Just be who you are and
Yep.
be proud of who you are, whatever that is. We celebrate whatever.
Yeah. But Donna, yes, he is being accused of stolen valor. And I think that that's going to be very upsetting for a lot of people. Obviously, military service members,
Not
people.
the liberals.
No, well, yeah, but they also aren't patriotic, and they also aren't the ones raising their hands to go and serve our country. So, of course, they're not going to be upset, but there's so many military service members that are really, really ticked off about this, and they should be. You don't just get to name your own rank and call yourself that and walk around and, tell everyone that you are this, major, or what exactly was it again? It was Commander Sergeant Major, and he's not. He's a master major, master commander.
A master what?
So, well, what he's trying to do is he's trying to give himself, he's trying to say that he is a
he had a title
major.
that he didn't have.
Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah, of
like,
course.
but there's just so many, and I don't want to say it wrong because I understand that it is super important, but he's master commander, and he's trying to say that he's a major. Bryce just said that he's a major
Asshole.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Abe says he's a master beater. Okay.
Yeah.
Those things happen. Anyway, not only did he lie about this, he's people. He also lied about being a head football coach.
Yes.
Now we're finding out that he was an assistant coach, not the head coach. So whatever, it is what it is. This is who the deep state, the cabal, the Democrats have put on their ticket. It is what it is. Okay. Fair enough. The media is not going to cover it. We will, because we cover the facts. We cover the truth. Even when it doesn't look good for conservatives, we cover it. That was a massive audience that showed up for Kamala and JD Vance yesterday. They did. That was a big audience. That looked Trump-like to me. So at least they have a heartbeat. There is a pulse.
Yeah.
It is slower in the Democratic Party.
He's
but
breathing.
At least there is.
He's
and you know what?
breathing.
Hey, more power to you. You got some people out there. We will give credit where credit's due.
Yes.
But my God, was it terrible, 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 terrible that this Timmy Tampon is lying all over the freaking place with the record that he has and everything. Robert says he is a head coach. Semantics didn't lie. I don't know. Whatever the case.
Well, Kamala, though, wants everyone to know how exciting it is that they did not have a state championship for over 40 years until Waltz, the amazing coach, came in and saved the day. So that's what we're touting right now about our potential vice president, is that he won a high school state championship.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah.
He is so wonderful. Now, Kamala had a bad day yesterday. Here she was speaking in Detroit, and I'm sorry, she has not done anything to show that she's a fence sitter. Anyway, the pro-Palestinian, pro-Hamas, pro-terrorist groups, pro-Hezbollah, they showed up to give her some hell yesterday in Detroit. Check this out with Kamala.
Affordable Care Act. Donald Trump to win, then say that. Otherwise, I'm speaking.
Yeah. What'd you think of that?
Well, she is mad. She's like, how dare you show up and use your free speech?
Well, you know
Don't
what?
come here and do that. I mean, she looked like a crazy lunatic. She stared at that. I couldn't tell if it was a couple of them or how many, but man, she was mad.
The thing about it, though, here's the thing. I don't like her because she's a liar, and I don't like her because of her policies, and I don't like her because she was the most liberal senator this country ever saw in 2019. I don't like her because she was the border czar. She was tagged with that title. We showed you all the press clippings. The media likes to lie and say it never happened. We showed you she was that. She didn't do her job. So those are the reasons why I don't like her. She was an idiot. She looks better. I thought she looked more leaderish by doing what she did yesterday. I did.
You did?
Yeah, I thought that was a good look for her.
Oh gosh.
I did.
I mean,
I don't know how was she supposed to respond
Well,
because
you-
I hate it when people like these animals, they act like animals. And we've shown you the video, the pro Hezbollah, pro Hamas, pro Palestinian groups, they act like animals. There's nothing peaceful. They go in and they look to disrupt and cause hell all over the place.
Well, but what do you expect? I mean, what do you expect when you show up and you're campaigning? You can't, you don't get a nice meter for every single person that walks into, your rallies. You don't get to say, okay, well, you promise you're going to say all nice things about me. That's not what happens. Look at Donald Trump. Look at, what he's had to do. He told one guy he was going to punch him in the face and kind of, said that basically normally when people do things like that, they get carried out on a stretcher. I mean, so, you have to know that when you're putting yourself in this position that that's going to happen, but you also don't get to just say, I am speaking. Well, yeah, we know that you're speaking, but I think that it was kind of presumptuous of her to just like think that she's just going to be able to snap her fingers and clam the people up. It just doesn't work like that. I mean, and she would know that if she got herself out in front of people such as media that are going to ask her questions and she's not going to like, what they're asking her or the response that they're going to give. But we don't know that because she's not doing that. So she's not interacting with people.
By the way, yeah, we started at 9 today and we're moving on starting at 9 to 10. We gave the announcement yesterday. It's all because of a way of promoting ourselves bigger. We were doing way too much content and it's about promoting through a company that we're doing now in regards to getting as much of our content out as possible and drawing to those shows to get as many viewers as possible. We were sorry for everybody that loves to get us 2 hours a single day. If it doesn't work out, we'll go back, but we're definitely trying this for a few months. So yes, 9 o'clock, let everybody know, very fast paced, the same cancel this show that you've always gotten before, maybe moving a little bit quicker. And of course, still with all of your wonderful input. We're grateful for that.
Yes.
Kamala,
Hey,
yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. I just want to make sure because I know that this is very, very important. At least it is to me. So going back to Walls real quick, he said that he achieved the rank of Command Sergeant Major, but he did not finish what he was supposed to do to achieve and to actually hold that rank. So then it was reduced back down to a Master Sergeant. So again, he's trying to say that he is a Command Sergeant Major, but really he is a Master Sergeant. So there's a lot of words in there. I wanted to make sure I got that right because
and he took off before his deployment to Iraq. Yeah. And there is a reason why the rest of his military members, the squad, they're all against him. Yeah. They've all called him out. I mean, they have all called him out.
They sure are. And
again, there's a reason for that.
Yeah. They're mad here. They take that very seriously, as they should. I mean, that is a very honorable. And, they're mad because he didn't do what he was supposed to do. And there are people that did do what they were supposed to do. When they did get deployed, they did show up and they went and they fought for our country. And they also went through the additional training and education that you need to receive this rank. And he did not do that. He did not receive the furthering of, the training and the education. And so I understand. I would be upset too.
It is interesting. Donald Trump's been very quiet, hasn't he? Trump's been quiet. He's been very quiet. We haven't seen him for a while.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I know you
I
are.
am. I'm okay.
He's just letting things play.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's resting up. I don't know, but he has been very, very quiet. We've seen JD out a few times, which I think is pretty interesting. So,
well, the guy's a wrecking ball, and he's like a bull in a china shop. So when he does come and he does talk, he leaves a mark. He leaves an impression, and I love that about him. But too much of a good thing is not a good thing either.
Really?
So.
You're all worried about it.
I
No,
am.
don't get worried.
Oh.
Not when you're competing against this. I know that Donald Trump is not only competing, he and Vance are competing against the Democrats and Kamala and Timmy Tampon, but they're also competing against the entire media. That's print, digital, right? You name it. They're competing against them, and possibly even more when it comes to computers, when it comes to that election day on Tuesday in November. But you still have people like this talking. Here's Kamala. Remember last week when she was trying to talk Southern, when she was in Georgia?
Oh, yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay. Well, here's her new accent in Detroit. She is just, this is why I don't like her, because she's so damn fake.
Hold on. You know what?
Hold on.
Here, hold on. Here's the thing. The courts are going to handle that. We're going to beat them in November. We're going to beat them in November. Okay? We'll beat them in November. We'll handle that.
Yeah.
Hold on.
We're gonna handle it in November.
You know who she was hanging out with yesterday was Cori Bush.
You
can tell.
Can you play that again, Projo? I mean, this is pandering at its finest. But don't people realize what's being done to them? I don't think so.
No.
This woman, once again, did nothing as vice president. Was the most liberal senator in the history of this country in 2019. Failed the border, and then was the most unfavorable vice president of all time. And now she's acting like she's popular.
You know what? Here, hold on. Here's the thing. The courts are going to handle that. We're going to beat them in November. We're going to beat them in November. Okay? We'll beat them in November. We'll handle that.
Well, she loves to repeat herself, doesn't she? I mean, this gal repeats herself over and over and over every time she talks. It's like, okay, we get it. You're November. You're going to beat them in November. Okay. All right. Give us something substantial. Let's go. Roland says, I've never wanted to smack someone's snarkiness off so much. She, and now she's trying to come off snarky. And normally she's acting like, she's a 5-year-old, talking to her classmates. I just can't follow. I mean, chameleon is absolutely the most perfect label for her, because she morphs every time she gets up in front of a new crowd. She just turns it on.
Yeah, she does.
She really does.
You said Donald Trump has a presser today, right? When I was talking about him,
2:00.
Do we know what wait a minute. Donald Trump's doing a presser. It's been 17 days since Kamala has done one.
Yeah.
Why is she hiding?
I don't know. He says it's a general conference. So I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if he's going to be speaking to the issues of what's going on around the world, or directed to Waltz, or who knows. So yeah, tune in for that. That'll be good.
Paul says, y'all better be afraid if Harris wins, because Cori Bush will be in her administration somehow. There's no way.
Oh.
Didn't she kind of crash and burn yesterday or 2 nights ago with her speech?
Well, it depends on who you're asking.
And her speech got national attention, even Democrats ripping her.
Well, they should. I mean, that was gross. Everything about it was gross. I couldn't even decipher half of what she was yelling when she was up there, but just her level of unprofessionalism. And we're supposed to believe that she's a pastor. I mean, give me a break. That was not a pastor's mouth up there yesterday, spewing, all just the toilet mouth. She had a total toilet mouth. And, also we're supposed to believe that she's a healer, and she gets up there and she's telling people, I'm coming for you, and I'm coming for you. But I'm a healer. I heal women with breast cancer.
Oh, very
Are
nice.
you? Come on.
I know.
I mean, really,
she's a liar too.
big liar.
Which is why she'd work perfect in that administration. I would not be surprised to see that happen. We also had another problem. Wait, was something funny?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I mean, just I think that someone like Cori Bush would be perfect to join this campaign. I mean, it's all nonsense. You know, just rally up all the people that have no idea what they're talking about and build a cabinet. I mean, it's got to be. I don't know if it could be any worse than Biden's cabinet, Biden's administration, and the yahoos that he's got over there right now.
Chris says the only thing she healed was her boyfriend's pocketbook when she used taxpayer funds to hire him for security, when she said that St. Louis City had too many police officers as it was.
Yes. Hey, and real quick to that point too, don't forget, she was very upset when she was trying to explain people that because she has to travel back and forth from Missouri to Washington, that how in the world is she supposed to take all of her shoes and all of her clothes and all of her toiletries? How is she supposed to take them back and forth? It is very hard. She has a very hectic schedule, and she needed to have more money to have 2 sets of clothes and shoes.
She don't have to worry about that now.
Like she's thinking she's Beyonce or something, and she's on tour all the time.
Well, it's the
like,
the entitlement attitude again that we've seen so many times with people.
The audacity. I promise you, she actually was trying to, get more money for that. And she probably already spent it. And she was actually, on the hot seat, and they were asking her why she was spending all of this money. And that was what, her excuse for it. So
be who you are.
Yeah.
Be who you are. That's who she is. Be who you are. Joe Biden doesn't know who to be these days. And I'm not quite sure what to make of Joe Biden. I'm really not. I have no idea what the hell he is. Okay, we had a sighting of Joe Biden yesterday. Is it a good, or this weekend? Is it a good one?
No, it's awful.
This guy he's faded fast.
Oh,
they were drugging him up. Deep state, cabal, Democratic Party, Jake Sullivan, Barack Obama, because now he doesn't matter. And he is lost. Talking about the transition of power, if Trump were to win or if Trump were to lose, if it would be peaceful, if it wouldn't be peaceful. I mean, I don't know what to make of this, and you said he's even more bald now.
Yeah, if you look at the back of his head during this.
I don't feel bad for this man.
I
do not feel bad for this man.
Just let him
I'm not going there.
Nope.
He sold his soul a long time ago.
Yeah, he needs to go. He needs to just.
Yeah, and no Hunter anymore. Jill nowhere to be found. Jill nowhere to be found. Although she was running her mouth a few weeks ago.
She was running her mouth for months, nonstop. Every time we turn around, she's up there talking, clapping for her husband. And now we don't hear anything anymore. Where's her support for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz is what I want to know.
All right, here's Biden. Try to make what you can out of this.
That there will be a peaceful transfer of power in January 2025.
If Trump wins, no, I'm not confident at all. I mean, if Trump loses, I'm not confident at all. He means what he says. We don't take him seriously. He means it. All the stuff about if we lose, there'll be a bloodbath.
Okay, yeah. You know what? Never mind. I don't feel sorry that he's bald, because I forgot that he said this, and this just ticks me off so much that he is going to use the bloodbath word again. And it was referring to what was going to happen to the economy if the Democrats got back in this year. It was not referring to, what was going to happen when there was an exchange of power. And for him to use that word, that's inciting. That is the volatility that we're talking about right now to keep out of the political talk. Everybody was right after Trump had the assassination attempt. Both sides were like, we really need to tone down the rhetoric. We really need to watch what we say. And he's up here saying, well, Donald Trump said it. If he does not get in, there's going to be a bloodbath. How dare you say that? That it's lying on another level. And how he's capable of lying like this when he can't even get his voice over a level 2 while he's trying to talk.
But Democrats don't want to admit that this was the guy a month ago, maybe 5-6 weeks. Oh, he's still better than Donald Trump. You've got a problem. You got an identity issue. Now, I know the media is doing everything they can to promote up Kamala, but she's still not talking policy and she's still refusing to do interviews, just like Biden did. But if it worked for Biden, I guess they're going to try it again. And then that goes back on the American public, or it goes back on them knowing that they can do whatever they need to do with computers when it comes to voting. Story just came out. I saw it late last night. Over 1 million votes went missing in the state of Georgia. Marjorie Taylor Greene was tweeting about this as well. So now a new law has been put on the books, or at least they're going to, where at least there's an imprint. When a vote comes in, an imprint of that vote is going to stay so that the 1 million+ votes don't disappear. I think I think there's problems, major problems, especially with what has now happened in Georgia.
Well, and people like Glenn Youngkin, he's coming out and he's doing everything that he can to make sure that we have safe and fair elections. He's saying this is not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an American issue. We need to make sure that our democracy is held at the highest level. And I mean, when you have someone like him coming out, people know that it has not been fair. It just hasn't. There would not have been all these issues. And we need more people to step up like him and say, it's not about being on the left or right. It's about preserving our democracy here in America. We're seeing what happened down in Venezuela right now. I mean, that place is just burning down too, because the election was stolen, and they did, and they counted the ballots down there, and they did have the, the final, tally, if you will. And it showed that the guy that's running the country right now should not be. And so what do you expect? What do you expect people to do when there's an unfair election? So
this is cancelthisshow.com. I'm Vic Faust. We've got Megan Marie Moret with us as well. We've got Pro Joe in the house as well. Want to give a shout out as well to our sponsors. We are grateful for them. Complete Auto Body Repair. Once again, Complete Auto Body Repair. 5 locations throughout the St. Louis metropolitan area. 314-731-7999. Everything with car repair from A to Z, inside, outside in the car. They don't nickel dime you. They get you in and they get you out. Congrats to David Gregory. He is now a Missouri State Senator, and we appreciate his support on the show. He is the conservative injury lawyer, conservativeinjurylawyer.com. Once again, conservativeinjurylawyer.com. Phone number 314-619-4230, 314-619-4230. When it comes to anything, car accident, trucking accident, motorcycle accident, workers' comp, a conservative issue that you may have dealt with, or a freedom issue or a religious issue, Dave takes care of it. I used him twice, got hit twice. And if you bring up cancel this, he will give a percentage of what his company would normally make and give it back to you, meaning that you get more. Give him a call, 314-619-4230. Also, WeQuipUSA.com. It's a terrific site to go and rent items from people in your area, or you can put items up for sale yourself. WeQuipUSA.com. Once again, WeQuipUSA.com. If you're going to grill, you got to use the best charcoal in America. The best charcoal in America is made in the state of Missouri. It's Rockwood charcoal, 100% Missouri hardwood, no additives, no fillers. It literally breaks apart in your hand. You can get it in your grocery stores, or you get it on Amazon as well. Also, Capriotti Sandwich Shop. It was so good in Vegas that Jonathan Heslop said, I got to bring it to St. Louis. And I haven't had sandwiches like it in the St. Louis area. It's different. It's great. They roast their turkeys all night. They slice and dice them in the morning. All kinds of sandwiches, open from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Check them out when it comes to Capriotti's. And when it comes to real estate in the St. Louis metropolitan area, look no further than Megan Livingstone and her positive approach. She's going to get you caught up to speed on everything that's going on. She's going to be honest. She's going to be direct, but she's going to be positive. That's why you need to have a phone call. Like many people do, they go through it, and it's a frustrating process. She's going to make it as positive as it can possibly be. You can give her a call at 314-249-1708. Once again, 314-249-1708. Megan.Livingstone@exprealty.com. Megan.Livingstone@exprealty.com. This is cancelthisshow.com. Vic Faust here, Megan Marie Moret. Also, Pro Joe in the house as well. We're grateful that you guys jump in on the People's platform as well. You can watch us on Rumble, on YouTube. You can watch us on X and Facebook as well. We go to our audio channels as soon as the show is off the live aspects as well. Okay. I think we need to have just a little bit of fun here. You got to check this out.
Okay.
All right. This is one of the funniest parodies. We all have seen the calls with Kamala from Barack Obama. Kamala, hi, we're supporting you. Me and Mike, I mean Michelle, are now supporting you in your run for president. And they're all just, and then she fake calls Tim Waltz. Tim, I want you to be on my team.
That was a really good
all
one.
right. You ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, we actually have the real call. Here's the real call when Cammie was endorsed by Barack Obama.
Congratulations.
Oh my goodness.
Now, listen, let's be clear. You are the puppet, and I'm the puppet master. Just call me Daddy. Big Daddy Barack. From now on, you're my bitch, both literally and figuratively. Now, look, we're going to rig this thing just like we did for Joe, so you don't have to really do anything. Just don't fuck it up. But it would be nice if you could pretend to not be a total idiot, just until November. Like, don't talk about shit you know nothing about.
AI is kind of a fancy thing. It's, first of all, it's 2 letters. It means artificial intelligence. But ultimately what it is it's about machine learning. And so the machine is taught.
And look, we get it. You like Venn diagrams. You don't have to keep reminding us.
I love Venn diagrams. I love Venn diagrams. I love Venn diagrams.
And for the love of God, stop with the laugh. Your laugh, it's weird. It's a weird laugh. You scare people. It's not even a laugh. It's more of a cackle. You're like the Wicked Witch from The Wizard of Oz, except you're brown. You're like a cross between a human being and a hyena. You're like a transgender version of the Joker. All right, now look, we need this rigged election to look real. And we know that nobody really likes you, so this is what we're going to do. We know you can't fill a stadium like Trump. So what we're going to do instead, we're going to bring in a popular musician by the name of Megan Thee Stallion. Now, Megan Thee Stallion is going to host a free concert. This concert will be in Atlanta. And so now here's the twist. You're going to come on stage and speak for a bit. Then we pretend that it was a Kamala Harris rally. Then America will think that you can fill up a stadium just like Trump does. American voters are stupid. They'll totally fall for it. And when speaking, I want you to try to sound as black as you can. Instead of saying everyone, I want you to say y'all.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're going to do it again in 2024.
Black people love that shit. I grew up in Hawaii, but hell, it worked for me. All right, what do you think?
I'm looking forward to doing this, getting out there, being on the road, and we're going to have some fun with this too, aren't we?
All right. I love whoever put that together.
That was awesome.
That's gold.
And so spot on. I mean, he's like, just don't say anything, at least until November.
Yeah.
Just keep your mouth shut. Just don't say anything. I'm running the show.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe we can try to post that to the chat line. I know that Projo did that the other day with a video, but that video is absolutely
Priceless.
Hilarious. It is. It is priceless.
Yes,
It's
it really is, because it is exactly what is happening right now.
That's the positive side of things that are going on. That's a really good video.
Mhm.
But we needed a positive before I was going to show this next video. This is a social experiment that I wanted to show you guys. This woman is going around talking about murder, about things that are happening in the Middle East. And then when she shocks the listeners at a concert that she's talking about Israel, despite agreeing to the facts that they just heard and talking about how horrible it was, when they understand that it was Israel and it wasn't Palestine, they switch switch.
Good.
This is the social experiment. These things happen, but it shows you how people get these things in their mind and then they can't get them out. And it's like, oh no, I hate them. And I see it a lot with Donald Trump. They love Donald Trump policies, but if his name's associated, oh no, can't have Donald. Check this video gold out.
I'm curious to see how people will react learning about the deadliest concert in history once they find out it took place in Israel. And I wanted to ask if you've heard about the music festival massacre.
No, I'm not. I have not heard about it.
No, I haven't. Tell me about it.
This massacre took place in a desert. About 3,000 young people came to celebrate life. This whole festival was about peace. And 364 people were murdered by terrorists, and 40 plus people was taken as hostages from this music festival.
That's so sad. I haven't heard of that. Honestly, it's kind of Holy crap.
I think it was horrible. I feel bad that I didn't know about that. Where was it?
How would you feel about the fact that it took place in Israel?
I don't agree with that. I'm not surprised, obviously. Palestinian people have been seeking liberation for years. They've had to resort often to acts of violence to make their voices feel heard.
There are a lot of different other things on top of this, all sorts of violence occurring to Palestinian people that's ethnically cleansing them.
The population has just grown in the past few years tremendously. How is it an ethnic cleansing?
I don't know enough to keep talking about this. Conversation needs to end here.
Actually, I'm from Israel. I've been in the military for 5 months and I treated Palestinian people.
Don't want to participate in this interview anymore.
Before every attack, they make sure to evacuate the place.
It's not true because there are many Palestinians killed.
And who provides these numbers?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. It's not fair because it's not our native language, so we just can't really...
It's not my native language as well, but I don't run away from conflicts. On October 7th, at the Nova Music Festival, 364 people were murdered. 40 plus was taken as hostages. These people just came to celebrate music, to celebrate life, and to celebrate peace. It could have been any one of us.
All right.
So profound.
Isn't it?
It really is. And that just goes to show that people do not use their critical thinking, their God-given brain to make decisions. They are so easily manipulated to think and believe in propaganda and whatever is being told to them. They will, in the snap of a finger, just jump on and go along with it. Then once that wagon is derailed and they are forced to explain what it is that they believe in and why they are moving in that direction, they get mad. They don't want to have to explain. They don't want to have to give any truth to what it is that they're supposedly standing for. And it's super frustrating because that's what we're up against, every day, day in and day out. And why is it that people never want to think about anyone else but the Palestinians? I know we've been talking about this a little bit lately, but why is it just one group of people is important and another group of people are not? Why is Israel always the bad guy? I mean, Israel again, is a sitting duck right now, and they've got people that are wanting to harm them from all over. And all of the leaders of the foreign countries are demanding that so they're in the middle of a war that was started on them. And they want Israel to go around and be like, knock, knock. We're getting ready to bomb you because you came in and raped and killed and burned down many of our people. But we want to go ahead and give you a warning. In fact, we'll even drop leaflets from airplanes to tell everyone when we're coming, at what time, on what day, so that the people can get out of there, so that we don't kill them. The people that can't get out, we're going to feed. We're going to feed them. We're going to bring them aid. Hopefully, your horrible terrorist leaders, Hamas, don't get that aid before you because they're famous for doing that, taking from their own people. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to give everybody a forewarning. So we're going to tell everyone in Lebanon or everyone in Gaza or everyone in Iran where we're going to be doing, our counterattack, where we're going to be defending ourselves. Yet we're just going to sit here and let all y'all come at us from every direction. And nobody's giving our people warnings. Nobody told the 12 kids on a soccer field last week that there was going to be missiles coming in from Hezbollah and that it was going to take out 12 Arab children that lived in Israel. No one gives warning to them. So why is it that Israel is supposed to go around knocking on everyone's door and telling them what their plan is, how they're going to do it, when they're going to do it? That is just not how this works. And people are now believing that, and little by little by little, they hear these things. And I think that that's what's happened with a lot of these pro-Palestinian groups and these protests. I mean, last night, there were actually people that were having a conversation about the fact that Kamala Harris, right now, she really needs to sympathize with her pro-Hamas voters. We are living in the United States of America, and we are talking about terrorist supporters? What is happening? But again, it's little by little they start to brainwash you so that we're just going to sit here and have a conversation like it's normal and be like, well, you know what, Vic, we should really start thinking about our pro Hamas communities here in St. Louis. We need to really start catering to them as well. So because they're pro terrorist, there's nothing wrong with that. But that is where we're at in this country. And we need to make sure that we still understand what is right and wrong and don't stand for it. Because I don't know about you guys, but it really is, it's infuriating to me when I hear talks like that last night where Kamala Harris is not catering to her pro-Hamas supporters. What in the bejesus is going on?
These things can happen. I mean,
and they shouldn't.
They shouldn't, but they do. And this is how people think. And this is what media can do to people who don't even know why they feel the way that they do. They can't tell you the facts. They're like, oh, yeah, that's bad. Oh, no, that was Israel. No, we're not going to do that. Oh, that was Donald Trump. Oh, he's for that. No. I can't do that. I got to change back because those people are bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, Drew just made a comment on the line, and Drew just said that the prime minister needs to step down because he is not making the deals that he needs to and the ceasefire deals to get the hostages back. So what is really important to understand is that, number one, he shouldn't have to make any deal.
No.
Okay. Number one, they took hostages. There should not be any deal with anyone that takes hostages. The United States of America is not supposed to negotiate with hostage takers. So you really expect for him to sit down and make a deal with a terrorist group? These are not level-headed people. These are animals. These people are rabid. They do not care. They don't care about a ceasefire on their own people. Hamas was literally taking aid from all of their own people. They do not care. So how are you supposed to negotiate a deal to get your hostages back with people that are really non-human, if you ask me? So you save the whole thing about he doesn't really care about his people, or he'd do a ceasefire. And there have been ceasefires. If it would have been me and I was the leader of the country after October 7th, there would have been about 5 seconds that would have gone by before I would have counterattacked and, tried to secure my nation. And he waited because he had people like the United States, all of the other foreign countries in his ear saying, you can't do this. You got to do this. You got to play nice. You got to do this. You got to do that. And you know what? For the most part, he listened. He has been extremely patient with all of this bull crap that's gone on. And he's done. And I don't think that them as a nation owes anyone an explanation for why they are going to go in and take out major leaders of Hezbollah, Hamas. You could go Houthi, you go down the list. But why should they have to explain to anyone? It doesn't make any sense.
No, they shouldn't. And of course, it's an issue that we continue to talk about here day after day, but we just wanted to show that social experiment to give you an idea of what's happening, what can happen. And we're about facts on the show first. Facts first, feelings second, because you can't have anything unless you have the truth first. And that's why we do what we do. And of course, trying to bring as much information as possible as we can. This is cancelthisshow.com. One other, did you hear about the Taylor Swift concert situation in Vienna? A 19-year-old, a 17-year-old, and a 15-year-old were seriously close to trying to go and literally blow up a Taylor Swift concert. Yeah. It's very concerning. Taylor Swift says it's her worst nightmare if something like that ever happened. When you go to concerts, can you feel safe? Can things happen? Now, there were also reports that these three couldn't get all the ingredients that they would need to actually put together one of these explosive devices. But still, that makes me think, wow, what in the hell could happen?
Yeah.
And we think about, and we told you, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago, that the Biden-Harris administration released 100 of the top terrorist illegal aliens that were on the list being held into the United States. So I combine that with thinking about what was so close to happening at a Taylor Swift concert in Vienna. That scares the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Can it happen? I mean, even the FBI director, Chris Wray, told us, keep your head in a swivel after the October 7th events that happened, which we were just kind of talking about.
Well, remember Ariana Grande, she had her concert, and I think that there was 20 people that were killed, which, you know, surprisingly, there weren't many, many more, but that was a terrorist attack. So why not? Why wouldn't they go for some of the biggest crowds that they can think of? They want to do the most harm to the largest groups of people, and they saw this as a perfect opportunity. And, you know, and these people were close. They went into a couple of these kids' homes and found bomb-making material. And, you know, they get on the internet and they are enticed by these groups, the ISIS, Al-Qaeda. I mean, there are so many terrorist groups. That just adds to it. So these are ISIS and Al-Qaeda groups that these kids in particular were, you know, becoming a part of. And, you know, I haven't heard Al-Qaeda in quite a while. They're still around. They're alive and well. So we do need to keep our head on a swivel. And it is a very opportunistic time for these people, these animals, to do harm. You know, concerts, you know, women, girls, young people, old people, you know, just going to see one of their, you know, favorite people to have a great time. And these people want to just wipe them out. So thankful that they were able to unravel this plan before it took place. But, you know, can you imagine how Taylor Swift, you know, feels knowing that there were people that were super, super close to taking her out and hundreds of thousands of people? It's just so sad.
It is. And we've seen tragedies happen, and, you know, you have to do what you can. And we know that things can happen in life, and you just have to handle them as best as you possibly can. But it is one of those stories that went internationally that people are talking about when it comes to Taylor Swift and keeping yourself healthy. And there are just people that want to, and whether it's for a cause or just because they're depressed or have mental illness, those things certainly can happen all over the place. More information coming out now about the Democratic nomination for vice president, Governor Tim Walz. His stolen valor, this coming out too, was exposed by Command Sergeant Major Paul Herr of Minnesota's National Guard. Okay. He subverted the chain of command. We went around the chain of command. The brigade sergeant major had no clue. He did it to continually feather his own bed. That's the shameful part of it. So this is a story that's not going away, but I have to think the Democrats knew it before they put him on the ticket.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You would think
I mean,
so.
he basically admitted in 2006 in a campaign website article that he would leave if he needed to go run for Congress.
Yep.
Is it a story that's going to go away? I don't know.
I don't think so. And I think that we're probably going to start to maybe
I just don't
uncover a
know.
few other things. Because like I said yesterday, on paper, if he was filling out an application for something, he looks great. You know, mid-American guy, you know, family guy, Christian guy, all of these things. But when you start to peel the onion away, I think that we're going to start to see some things that probably just are not as true as he wants us to think at all. You know, the guy's got issues. I mean, that's a fact. Anybody that wants to, you know, pass a law to put, you know, sanitary items in boys' bathrooms he's got, I mean,
and that's why they call him
issues.
Timmy. And that's why they call
Yeah.
him Timmy Tampon, by the way.
Right. It just, what sense does that make? If any? It makes zero sense. I can't, you know, again, just like we're talking about trying to be supportive and empathetic of Hamas supporters, we're talking about having tampons in boys' bathrooms. This is where our country is in the toilet.
But what I said yesterday too, it's one of those things. the Democrats are trying to promote him up because he's better as a speaker than Kamala because even though I don't agree with this, he's done more than she has. So the Democrats know that they don't have a strong candidate in Kamala. So they're trying to promote him as kind of a combo ticket because she's not very good. And she's trying to learn how to say just enough to get by without giving strict policy, which is still why I don't think she's going to do a debate, because she would get crushed by Donald Trump on a stage if there was a debate. So it's one of those things where they're the ones who are bringing him full circle, and he's brand new. So now conservatives are like, wait a second, you threw this guy up here. You guys went after JD Vance unmercifully with no credibility. So we're going to vet this dude. We're going to show you the things that he's done. Well, and you're like, oh, let's stay away. And then it goes back to Kamala, but it's the Democrats who are pushing him front and center.
And why wouldn't we want to vet this dude? Because we know what can happen. We know that as a vice president, he can show up in 3 or 4 years when Kamala is supposed to run again, if she were to decide to do that. And he can come up and just sneak right on in there like they did with Joe and Kamala. So yeah, we should be vetting him, because the Democrat Party, they're sneaks. They're slimy and they're snaky, and they do all kinds of nasty things. So yeah, there's a possibility that he could be the one that's going to take Kamala's place. We don't know what they're capable of. So why wouldn't we? And this is an unprecedented time. I think that anyone that has any say when it comes to the leadership of our country, considering the condition and the state that we're in, I think it matters. I truly do. I've said before, I've never really thought about Veeps ever before, especially not Kamala Harris. But this is a time when, we have to look at everyone. It's really important. And I still would love to see Vance and Walz have a debate along with Kamala and Trump.
If those two got on stage, if those two got together on stage in a debate, it would end poorly. It would remind me of the debate that happened 4 years ago with Trump and Biden, when it was a disaster, when Chris Wallace, the worst host moderator in the history of this country, allowed those two to go at each other.
Oh, who are you talking about?
The VP debate. If there was a VP debate.
So you don't think that the two of those?
Oh,
really?
no. Well, it might be good TV, but those two would go after each other.
Well, yeah, but I think
because you already saw that's Tim Walt's character.
Yeah.
He's a jackass.
Yeah,
he's obnoxious.
Unhinged.
He's unhinged.
He truly is. But I could see Vance getting up there and being, his lawyer-ish self and speaking, facts and truth, but not getting all ramped up and emotional like Walz does. I think it could go actually really, really well.
Boy, that would be interesting.
And I think I'm a pretty good predictor of debates only. Really, but.
This is interesting from the chat line, and we appreciate people jumping in on the podcast platform. Heather from the chat line says, a streamer I found said Trump should get on streams with streamers, as old school news is old and doesn't work. No streamers want camels, but they will take Trump. What is that?
Wait, where?
Is that a camel? What is that?
We get a lot of camels on the chat line.
Paul says, we are fighting evil of every kind, period.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So, well, in Aiden Ross, the guy that gave Trump the Cybertruck the other day with his picture on it, he's a big, big streamer. So he is getting out there and talking to the younger people that are doing the more current ways of communicating and social media and things like that. But yeah, I think it'd be beneficial to him to get out there on as many platforms as he possibly can and just flood them, the TikToks, the Instagram, all of it, YouTube.
We're streamers. So here's a hypothetical. What if we got an interview with Harris? Would we take it?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, that's what I figured.
Woo!
But Heather was trying to say that no streamers want to talk to Harris, but
yeah.
Well, I was thinking, I think we wouldn't turn that down.
Anyone and everyone. Hell yes. We would be all over it.
I've got a lot of questions for her.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you can't tell.
For sure.
A lot. I'd love to sit down with her.
Oh yeah.
have a few words.
Anyway, I mean, it's what we do. We're grateful to have the opportunity that we have to try to get information out. Another thing that just popped open too that you're going to hear more of, and I'm glad that Benny Johnson, loved the work that he does online. He had Rod Blagojevich on, former Illinois governor. He says, and he's talking about the coup, the inside coup of Barack Obama to instill Kamala Harris on the ticket with Joe Biden, how it was all planned. And this is what I've said going back for 4 years now.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you have said that. I don't know. I'm not there. I'm not. I think that again, I think that's giving them way too much credit. I don't think that they were that smart. I really don't. I don't think that this was all planned. I think that they are not willing to make themselves look like the idiots that they have looked like over the last several months. I don't.
Remember Liz Cheney?
I do. Oh, Liz, now talk about a closet Democrat. Woo.
Okay. Liz Cheney. This is interesting. How her tweets from the past are coming back now to haunt her. This is Liz Cheney, who is a fake Republican, Trump hater. Here's what she said about, get ready for it. Here's what she said about Kamala Harris. Quote, Kamala Harris is a radical liberal who would raise taxes, take away guns and health insurance, and explode the size and power of the federal government. She wants to recreate America in the image of what's happening on the streets of Portland and Seattle. We won't give her the chance. Oh, how about that coming back? Now you start to see, and these are the things that we've talked about. Remember, Kamala Harris's dad, a Marxist professor. All right.
Well,
Donald Trump's staying very quiet right now. Supposed to have a presser today, and she's refusing to talk to the media. She's refusing to do it consistently because she doesn't have the backbone to talk policy. She doesn't. If she did, then we could address what she wants. We know what she wants, but she's not addressing it with the media.
No, she's in training. They're testing her every day. And they're like, okay, now stand there like this. Keep your hands like this. Don't bob your head. Keep your arms down. Don't laugh. Try to remember what we're telling you. Don't say the word insignificant. Like they're training her and she's not ready. I don't know if she'll ever be ready, but that's why we haven't heard from her for 2.5 weeks. She's not ready. That's all there is to it.
Well, we're going to continue to cover this as we do all the time right here on cancelthisshow.com. We're grateful for all the support that we have. We'll be back 9 a.m. Live Central tomorrow. We are grateful for everything that you guys do. We're glad that you guys jump in. Please like, subscribe, share the show, jump into the People's Podcast, jump into the People's Platform. The hour goes by fast. I know.
Yes.
We'll see where it goes, but that's a damn good hour, isn't it?
That was great. I hope that y'all loved it. I hope that we were able to touch on everything that you wanted us to. Unfortunately, there's a lot of craziness going on in the world. So if we didn't, maybe we'll touch back on that tomorrow.
We're grateful for you guys jumping in. This is cancelthisshow.com. If you have story ideas, people that want to get involved with us as donors, sponsors of any kind, let us know. Donna says, yeah, that was too quick.
I know.
Hey, Heather, we're doing a Friday show tomorrow, and then we're going to go and see what we can do there. Logan says she's been in training for 4 years. She's just dumb AF. Okay.
Yeah.
Paul says you're great. We missed the 2 hours. Yeah.
Oh, I know. Thank you.
We'll see where it goes.
Hey, Heather. No. So we are doing tomorrow, but as of next week, it goes to Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But we will be here tomorrow.
Lisa loves the quicker show so she doesn't get in trouble at work.
Oh,
So-
you got to do what you got to do, Lisa.
Guys,
That's right.
we do love you. So for Pro Joe, who makes it all run, and for me and Marie Moret, somebody says, yeah, I like the 8 a.m. start better. You can't please everybody. I know.
Yeah.
I'm Vic Faust. Cancelthisshow.com. Love you guys. Thanks again. Our material and our content will be out every single day on all the platforms as well. We'll be giving you more information about that too. Thanks so much for joining us. Have an awesome day. 888